Hi, all. My name is Jama, and we are Team Sahara. And our mission is to create a world where physical products can be created entirely remote, end to end. But as I'm sure you're aware of, hardware development is really hard. For one, developing a product requires niche knowledge, both of a software and electrical engineer. Second, the physicality of the product makes space an invaluable resource, even for the smallest projects. Lastly, even if one were to get started on building a product right now, you can only work on what's right there in front of you. This is a huge roadblock for teams, considering we're all quarantined for the foreseeable future. And I know this because as an engineering consultant, I personally witnessed my clients go through the frustration of not understanding their own product, the pain of collaborating with remote teams, and the inability to test their own product themselves. And these are problems that all engineers experience. People with great ideas and passion to build something real and tangible in this world, but just can't do it effectively because of these barriers. Now, the reason for this problem is that hardware takes physical space. And this is evident in the number of software startups that are created every year versus hardware. It's just not easy. So we thought, what if you could remove the physical nature of hardware and treat it like it was just another piece of software? All of a sudden, none of those problems really exist anymore. And that is exactly what Sahara does. Sahara's platform allows startups to develop hardware as quickly and as cheaply as software by letting developers remotely connect to circuit boards, chips, and test equipment in the cloud. Now, here's a quick demo of the platform. Our development process is split into three different steps: architect, code, and test. In the architect step, the user can select which devices and sensors they want to use. Here, I'm picking an Arduino and an LED. Additionally, they can specify how these devices are connected to one another. Once the user is satisfied with their setup, the next step is coding. In this step, the user can upload files and write new code. Here we have an example program for the Arduino that was picked earlier. At any point, the user can click the build button and compile the code. Once that is complete, the user can start a test run, and once it begins, move on to the testing step. In the test step, the user is able to see data from their code running on our device in the cloud. This includes data about test status, memory usage, and electrical signals. Ultimately, through all of this, the user is able to fully develop a physical system in seconds without handling a single part.
Sahara is part of the huge $50 billion infrastructure as a service market, which is growing at a rate of 24%. We provide users all of the infrastructure needed, such as servers, storage, and computing power for hardware prototyping. Because our product allows for testing to be done on real products at scale, we believe we can capture both the virtual and real prototyping market. In order to capitalize on the growing market, we are initially targeting developers. In the ecosystem of developer tools, tools are sold bottom-up rather than top-down. This means that within engineering organizations, developers routinely vet and recommend software platforms to their managers for new projects. Therefore, we plan on starting with developers, using their feedback to build out our product offering, and transforming them into advocates to bring Sahara to their teams.
Sahara's marketing strategy will focus on engaging with the developer community and educating engineers of the advantages of virtual prototyping. We will target individual developers and startups through online advertising and strategic partnerships. And as we gain more users, our customers will become advocates of our product, making Sahara the standard remote hardware development tool. Sahara will target customers that are in the startup space with a need for customizable and cost-effective virtual prototyping. There are a few competitors in the space that focus on specific features, but they lack in other areas when it comes to offering a comprehensive solution for hardware prototyping and testing on the cloud. Sahara is advantageous in that we are operating in a space that doesn't have an all-in-one solution for virtual prototyping, and we know that our technology and cost-effective, flexible features will be the ideal choice for startups when it comes to addressing their hardware development needs. In order to reach startups, we plan to offer a free product to the developer community with a limitation on usage. We expect that users who use it for more than 2 hours per week are likely professionals who will pay for a higher tier. But in all cases, there is a fee that increases based on usage of the product in addition to the base monthly fee.
One of the major factors behind our revenue growth is the strong positive network effect that our platform creates. The more users we gain, the more valuable our ecosystem becomes with more devices to support and greater knowledge sharing. Costs experiences slower growth since our technology allows for a single hardware device to support many users at the same time. This provides us with strong economies of scale as we reach our steady-state operating capacity. Data centers are core to our business because we host physical hardware that needs to be accessed through the internet. To remain flexible, we plan to use a data center co-location strategy. This means that we rent space in existing data centers and let their staff take care of certain management details. This lets us step away from the details of real estate upkeep and focus on developing our core technology.
We are a team with a deep base of technical knowledge. Those of us with a technical background of expertise in multiple disciplines, including hardware, software, and electrical engineering. Most of us have also worked in the hardware space in both product development and sales. This means that not only do we know from experience what the pain points are in hardware product development, we also intuitively understand how to sell in this industry and deeply understand the gaps and pain points in the space that we are aiming to fill. We are on track to have a fully working MVP by April 30th, where we hope to have users alpha testing our product. Additionally, through our landing page and multiple customer interviews, we've already seen tremendous engagement and interest and are ready to move forward immediately. With the prize money, we would be able to expand our variety of devices and rapidly grow our customer base, still keeping on track with our previous growth projections. In a time where many are looking for new ways of working remotely, all it takes is a small push to completely change how entire industries function. So we would like to ask you to help us, to help product development take a leap forward. Thank you.
Thank you.